Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's live session. It's going to be more like a fun hangout session with you guys while we all farm shorelimes. I know I've been doing it all morning. My hand is cramping. But yeah, on Shoreline Beach itself, I've actually linked this AMA. It is the feature where, unfortunately, there is no X for it. But if you just leave the map and come back, it will disappear after the fact. But that way you can watch us on top of your screen and still farm shorelimes on the bottom and participate in both, which is really fun. And I have put a heart, so you will be getting some passive energy throughout the AMA as per usual. So if you have any questions that you want answered on the AMA itself, you will have to go to the YouTube link and throw them in the YouTube live chat. And of course, keep it farmer friendly. And let me bring up Luke.
Hey everybody, happy to be here today. Excited to just chat over some normal house cleaning stuff, update you guys on where we're at, and start to lay the groundwork for what we're prepping as well too. I know we kind of dug into it last week, the next month, we're finally going to start to make some moves again. So, I've always loved to frame growth in waves, right? Where you'll see us grab attention for a couple months, and most of Web3 will be talking about us. Then we go back into hiding for a little bit as we start to work on new initiatives, new experiments, all of that kind of stuff. The last month or two has been a really crucial part internally for the team, where we were setting things up to make sure that we're around for the long term. And it's kind of gonna be like a chapter 2 for the company, even internally, as we move into the next stages as well. So that's been a really important part on my end. What I've been making sure is the company doesn't die, that we're here for the long run, so we can continue to build pixels for as long as possible. So we have a lot of that stuff sorted out now, so that's a huge relief. We're here for the next 18 to 24 months at least. Very, very excited about all of that. So next stages become much more easy to navigate through now. What we're trying to do for the next few months is we're working on getting TG ready. Obviously, it's been delayed in ways that we didn't necessarily want to. That's one of the tricky things about building in public, right? There's a lot of stuff on the back end where if we weren't building in public or interface with you guys so much, you would never know, you wouldn't see any of these issues. But that's the reality of building an early stage company, where we try to do some things. They don't work in the exact way that we want to. And, we adjust and we plan accordingly. So we had that target date of like June. Obviously we missed it. Now we're getting another target date that we can actually launch this token in. And if you are following the Discord, if you're following everything else, there's a lot of different things we're weighing behind all of that. Essentially, like, is it the right time to do it? And do we have the right traction behind it? So I guess if I'm asking for help from our community, what you can do to help speed up the process is play the game more, stick around, be involved in the community, because that's what's going to drive better outcomes for everything here. So we're really excited about the next stages. Again, we have one of the most active Web3 communities. We have one of the most played Web3 games without a token yet, and that's pretty exciting stuff. So when we have a token, we're very excited for what's going to be happening after that. Obviously, that is kind of the whole point of what we're doing here. We really want to show people, hey, like, this new iteration of gaming is possible. It's going to look different than what Axie did. It's going to look different than what people before have done. But we really do think there's something in this space in Web3 gaming that can work and be really effective. So we're excited about the next stages. And again, we're dying to get the token out as well too. But we want to make sure that we do it really right. That's been the whole thing. So, there's options we've been weighing where it's like, do we rush it? Do we get it out quicker? Or do we wait to make sure that we do it, completely right with all the stuff behind it? And we're weighing towards making it the right way, which I know is a bit painful in the short term, but really, believe me, I am just trying to make these decisions with everybody's best interest in mind when I'm talking about, like, us, community, shareholders, stakeholders. Like, it really is just with everybody's best interest in mind. So I know it's a bit painful in the short term. I know some people might have to wait a bit longer for airdrop and things like that, but we're working through it, I really promise. And yeah, just like also a gentle reminder too, we really appreciate everybody that played, in the game, but it didn't cost money to partake and to play the airdrop. You play the game for a few days, and not to minimize what you're feeling, we're really working hard to do that, but also give us some gentleness back and all of that as we work to get the best outcome for everybody. And just like some clarity again too is, we haven't done any more allocation for Pixel for players. It was that one event for that play the airdrop, and that is it. That's all we've scheduled for the play the airdrop rewards or any mechanism like that. There's a chance if we have the date that we might do another tiny activation, but it won't be the same amount as the play the airdrop allocation, and it won't be anything as intense either. So really, the people who participated, believe me, you're locked in, you're gonna get the token. It's just essentially waiting, but we're not doing anything to screw you out of it. We're not doing anything to take it away from you. We're not trying to dilute you. You have it, you're good, you're secure, don't worry. Now let us do our job and try to get like the best outcome that we possibly can for the token. So yeah, I mean, show us some love too. We're working really hard. I'm literally dedicating my life to building out Pixel. So don't this is all I do, guys. You know what else I could be doing with my time right now? I could be on a sailboat. I could be working on a farm, but here I am grinding in every single day, building out Pixel from this little room I have in Los Angeles. And, we're trying our best here. So,
Okay, two things to address. I keep muting myself because my building is literally under construction. So I apologize in advance if I blow your ears. They're blowing my ears right now. Okay, and the other elephant in the room is if you refresh the game right now, some of us can't get back in. I cannot get back in. So I have alerted and tagged every developer on our team. SOS, let's get this going. We need to farm some Shorelime. So please be patient, working on it. There's a
you
lot
guys are making it. There were a lot of people in there. I was shocked. It is busy looking.
Yeah, I guess the other thing to address is your concerns about how we set this up, so all of the plots are in one area, which leads to people standing on them, and then you can't see exactly. We hear you. Was that considered before the event? Yes. Did I think it was going to be as bad as it is? No. So it's kind of fun because it shows like how active and how many people are in there, but I do get the kind of like more frustrating factor of it. So in the future, if we do similar events, we will definitely take that more into account. I promise.
Do we have any OG Pixels players who have been here from like the very beginning on the stream? If you had, then comment on the stream because you guys will remember the struggle.
Like trauma.
The trauma. So if you guys aren't familiar, this is actually something that we faced really early on in the game. In the very early demo of the game, um, we had like 5 different farms that you could go to, and that was it. And if somebody stood on a plot of land or they stood in front of it, then nobody else could click on that plot of land. And it made that whole plot useless. So we would have people standing in front of it and just AFKing, not knowing what they were doing. And yeah, this was in the play to airdrop, but this was a huge issue as well. And it was just like the biggest pain. So then what we did was we put a fence around the farming area back in the early days of that game demo. And like you couldn't get in, and everybody was just standing around this fence clicking and farming. But every now and then somebody would somehow sneak in or warp into the fence, or we didn't teleport everybody out of them. So we would be dealing with people in this freaking fence the entire time. And it was just the funniest thing. And it's like, yeah, you guys could have it worse, is what I'm saying. But yeah, it's funny to have this issue come back full circle. So yeah, it could be worse. Oh, some other news too. I did a demo day. I know we advertised that, right? We did a demo day. It was hosted by Animoca Brands, Consensus, who makes MetaMask, Tencent Cloud was there. Who else? Cointelegraph was there. And we pitched to a bunch of people today. I think it was like 60 people in it, maybe 70. And we won out of like 5 companies. So that's super exciting. I'm not sure if I was allowed to leak that, but we did. So yeah, now we have 50,000.
All of you guys.
Cloud. Maybe we'll just burn through all of that, training our own AI models or something like that. But yeah, again, props to you guys. I mean, one of the things I did to demo was I brought everybody into the game, or I like shared my screen, brought them to the game, showed how many people were out there farming, shorelimes and all of that too. So yeah, that was exciting, super fun. And then yeah, that should bring some more interesting opportunities too. So congrats to everybody here for helping us, show people what Web3 is capable of, all the interesting stuff that we're doing in Web3 gaming. And then, yeah, maybe we can also take some time to dive into like what we have coming up next. So, we, believe it or not, we actually have been working on a lot in the back end, even just in terms of product too. We haven't released a major update besides this. And this is, I would honestly call this a minor update. We haven't released a minor update in a while, and we have a bunch of content that we're prepping and getting ready to go on. It looks like August 14th is going to be the date that we're shooting for when it comes to launching this new set of content. And I think this also can maybe tie into this. But yeah, expect a big update August 14th, and then maybe even something really cool before that as well. This update that we're doing on August 14th will be about a 28-day promotion. It might be a 30-day promotion, and we're really excited about it. This is intended to get a lot of attention in the space. So we'll start doing some pre-marketing for it. And this is also going to be like kind of a marketing campaign for some of the bigger stuff that we're doing, like pets and all of that as well too. So that's all I want to kind of spoil on that. And I think, honestly, if you've been around, I probably have spoiled so much more already. But now if you haven't figured it out, I'm, going to build some anticipation. If you haven't heard the leaks, I'm going to start building some anticipation. We have a big promotion starting August 14th. It'll be a 28-day promotion. We have a bunch of other partners that we'll be working with to help promote it as well. We might do some cross-brand IP and collaborations as well with other Web3 projects. It involves pets. It'll be a big event. It will introduce new gameplay mechanics and other things that we want to test out and experiment with. And it'll also be kind of advertising and like marketing for this, bigger pets game loop and what we're planning around there as well too. So it's super exciting. It'll be really fun. And yeah, I can't wait for that. So in terms of what we do if Pixel gets moved back, this is part of the plan. This kind of preps for it as well too. So one of the plan Bs that we discussed is there's a plan A, there's a plan B, there's a plan C, there's a plan D. But one of like the plan, C to Bs is potentially if we decide we want to wait a little bit longer to go and, move Pixel on chain, there is potential that we could have it off chain for a little bit and still allow you to use it, even spend it on pets that are, purchasable. And the pets will be ERC 721s. So the pets will be tradable. The pets will be on chain. And if you want to basically access, benefits of Pixel early by doing things like minting pets in Pixel, we might allow you to do that earlier. So that's something that we're very open to. And I think what it's going to boil down to is if we want to put the currency on chain sooner or later. And that on chain aspect has implications, obviously. That means like listings, all of that kind of stuff. So, rushing that might not be the best decision. And that's what we're thinking about there with that. So this is an interesting middle ground where we actually might get to see and show people, hey, like people really want Pixel. It's in game already. Maybe there's even, OTC trading if we allow it to be traded in game. Like there might be other signals that we can show to people like, hey, like look at all this traction around this token that we haven't even released yet. So note that there might be something we can do with that there. And that's definitely something I'm highly considering. Again, this whole thing, like we're a very agile team. And, if plan one doesn't go to plan, we have plan B, C, D. Like we're going to make stuff happen. We're going to make stuff work. I hope we built a track record of being able to be agile enough. Even in the early days of the game, like we had very different ideas of, what was going to work and what wasn't going to work. And they're a lot different than what they are today. Like if we had done everything that we said we were going to do from day one, and we did it exactly to the T at the beginning of day one, then we probably would have failed already. It's this adjustment and it's this like iteration that we're able to do that's allowed us to stay in the game, right? The worst thing that could happen is if we, go down the wrong direction for too long, we waste too many resources in a dead end. So being able to adjust and adapt and iterate is super important. And this is just something that we're doing here. And what's great is, we get all of you here with us. You get to feel the same disappointment we feel when something, moves or, pivots as well. And we feel it. I promise you, we feel it. And you get to feel it too. So it's great to have this like parasocial relationship with us and you guys. Honestly, it helps us. Like we really empathize when things go wrong because, we're always feeling that internally as well. And now, it's what do we do about that? Do we just sit around us as a team, be like, dang, this thing that we did, isn't going exactly the way that we wanted? Or do we take matters into our own hands? Do we get a new playbook out? Do we adjust? Do we release new stuff? And that's the approach that we're taking. So yeah, August 14th will be the start of like the next stages of this kind of stuff. And, push to get the next stages ready.
Okay. And just once again to address it, you can't get back into game right now. There's too many of you in there. Devs have been alerted. Things are in the works. I'm sorry. And yes, I will keep the heart on a little bit longer once we get back into the game. And I'm so sorry. I literally can't get back in either. And I was like planning on, doing a little farming while we're live here, doing some, multitasking. Can't.
Yeah,
So,
it's funny. We've been really stable for a long time too. Like we haven't had any issues in a while. But yeah, we pushed a big update. Did we do it today? That was funny. Maybe we should have saved that for tomorrow. I think we did push code today.
Well, anyways, here we are. And
yeah, that's a funny thing.
I can't get back in either. So. Okay. If you guys have any questions in the meantime, throw them in the YouTube live chat and we will be picking them out as we see them. So let's look at some questions we've had here. Is there a leaderboard for most Shorelimes farmed? No, but hopefully we are. Hopefully I can get that data because that would be really cool to see at the end of it all. Like who went crazy.
I don't want to promise this. Okay, let me just ask a question rather than promising anything. How did you feel, or how do you feel about just giving like a small in-game trophy or badge or something in the top 10?
We'll see what's possible.
We'll see what's possible.
No Elephantums up there, so okay.
We're considering it.
Player W3, it is his birthday today, so everyone go spam Discord general chat, tag him, say happy birthday. So excited. We can pretend the Shorelime event is his birthday party. So there you go. Shorelime event, player W3's birthday party. Go tell him happy birthday. Can we get the Shorelime made cart? No, unfortunately. So Shorelimes are only available to be planted on Shoreline Beach, and the beach will close in math. I've got to do math here. Like what? 18 hours roughly. So you will not have access to the cart after the event. So if you want to make Shoreline made, you've got to do it in the next 18 hours and make sure you sell all of your Shorelimes to Goose on the Loose. Goose, no. It's not called that anymore. That's what it used to be called. That was a leak. That's not happening. Bucks. Shoot. Anyways, you got to go to Bucks on the Tiki tent. Oh my God, I'm just dying.
I wonder how many people we had in the game at that point. It looks like servers were crashing because of too many players in one single space, which, it makes sense. There were a lot of you there. I bet, we've hit AMAs with like 300 people, 400 people in one room before. Must have been much over that, which is nuts.
Anyways, no, you will not get a cart. You will not have access to a cart. So go make your shore limeade now and make sure you're selling your shore limes before the event is over. Can I ask why I can't join the event? Yes, sorry. We're working on it. I promise.
You guys build the servers. So it sounds like what we're going to do now is we're going to open up several rooms for Shorelime farming.
Yeah.
If you're a power user and you want to switch back between worlds, I guess you're going to be able to now. It'll give you guys some more space.
Yeah. Okay. Hopefully that's possible.
Yeah, it sounds like that room just got too full. We must have had like over 400, 500 people in it.
Yeah, wild. Okay, let's see here. Can we get a total supply of rare items like the Tiki today? So I actually have talked to the team about this. Tech-wise, it's a little bit more complicated than it seems. That's what they told me.
Yeah, let me dig into this. I posted this in the team channel yesterday. I'm not sure if you read through that, but there's some interesting stuff that we can do in the near future. And yeah, it's really technical, but it involves subnets if we go in that direction. Basically, we have two options for on-chain transparency with this kind of stuff. So if you guys don't know, we're using custodial wallets for a while, and we technically still have them working, where we can put your assets in a custodial wallet, have your custodial wallet move stuff around, and then you can get the on-chain transparency of item supplies and all of that way. But the issue is it's just way too expensive to do that with all the items when you're on an L2 like Polygon right now, or really any other chain. We were spending like $50,000-$60,000 a month in gas. It was nuts. And it also just wasn't super practical. So there is value to having some of these assets on chain, but with that kind of cost, it's not valuable enough. So then how do you actually get the transparency from being on chain with all of this economics? Like, this is the benefit of having on-chain assets. When you're talking about game economy, you get to see the number of assets that are minted for specific types of items. So you get to see the amount of tikis, all of that. If it's not on chain, you just kind of have to trust us. But there are ways that we can make it more transparent. So there are tools where if we didn't go completely on chain with some of this stuff, you'd get analytics out of our data. And that is one option that we've been thinking about, where it's like, okay, do we release our mix panel for public viewing? Or there's other products out there like Helica that are making really interesting stuff. I think Boomland uses them. I think, what's that? The Pirate game by Pirate Nation uses them as well. And what they're doing is they're giving out public Helica reports for different things like that. Then the other option is subnets. And that at first I wasn't so excited about, but it's something that's becoming more and more interesting now that the tech and infrastructure is getting a bit more built out, where if we have subnets for in-game economy, for basically having all this stuff, instead of a per transaction cost, it's a fixed cost to us. So, transparently, I think running a subnet is anywhere from like $5,000 to like $15,000 a month for a game like us. Fixed cost, it's feasible. And then that way we can actually have all of this activity on chain. We don't congest a network like Polygon if we have a bunch of activity on chain. If another game is doing a mint, we don't get screwed over by them and have like way higher transaction fees. And it fits in with our tech stack really well, where we can turn back on custodial wallets and do it in a cheap way. So there's stuff that we're considering a lot with in that stuff. And it's definitely something I've been thinking about a lot. But right now, as is, there's basically two ways that we can go to bring back that transparency. I'm leaning towards maybe subnets in the long run for that reason, but then still having in-game liquidity not on the subnet. So that's the interesting thing, right? Because if you have a subnet, I didn't like them at first because your liquidity is stuck in that subnet. And that essentially is no good. It's just as good as like being off-chain, essentially. You don't get too many benefits if your entire game exists in a subnet. But if you have all the assets that you need to have on a chain that's more liquid, like an L2, like an L1, then you just have, in-game data like this on a subnet. It's a pretty interesting balance that way. So considering that heavily, But either way, we still want to bring in that transparency, one of the options or the other.
Okay, sorry, I was just working with devs. Seems like something is coming soon. Patient, thank you so much. Really appreciate it, and I'm sorry. Okay, other questions we had. So we get this question often. Luke, do you want to address it?
Yeah, so I mean, this is the debate, right? And what we've actually like lean towards is like the top 20,000 people who played will get the same stuff as the people who are, still playing now. We want to make it fair, right? So we don't want to have to drag you out. We don't think it's super fair, even though it would be very advantageous for us to say, yes, you get even more if you do this stuff, right? That's what Blur did. They said hey, we're going to be doing these rewards. It's going to end at this date. Oh, wait, it's not going to end. And it's just kind of been rolling, right? And that's pretty taxing. And like, I don't think it's the most fair and honest thing. So what we decided is, and this is why when you guys complain about the date, I'm a bit more upset because we're being pretty fair on this. If you made it on that date, if you got the airdrop like allocation, you made top 20,000, you have it, your allocation stays the same. You don't need to even participate now if you want to get that same allocation. You'll need to participate if you want to fully unlock the airdrop when the vesting schedule comes out, but it'll actually be unique tasks. So it won't even have like long standing play into this kind of stuff now. So the idea is, we want to reactivate these users. We want to re-engage them if they haven't been in this ecosystem for a while. We don't want to make them work through like level 50 to start getting rewards. We want to make it like feel realistic and reasonable to get back in the game. That said, you guys playing now offers us huge benefit, and thinking about ways that we can reward that through other mechanisms, like the stuff that we're doing on August 14th, you guys will be very interested in, believe me. That's what we're thinking about too. So, one, top 20K, if you made it before, your allocation's fixed, it's set. Literally, you don't have to do anything unless you want to come back and actually unlock the token when we have the airdrop out. So stop complaining as much as you are, please. And then two, we have some cool stuff coming out to reward you guys as well, who want to continue to play. And I hope you're having fun at the end of the day too. Like at the end of the day, if you aren't having fun, then maybe this isn't the right place for you. But if you're having fun and you like some of the rewards aspects, then we totally got you. Won't think about something. We're already thinking about something.
Okay. Will there be apps for in the Play Store?
Yeah, so this is something that we're going to follow others on, rather than lead the charge on. There's still legal regulation that needs to get figured out, but things are looking much more promising lately. The reason why apps are amazing is because you get app store distribution, right? You get more eyes on your game from being in the top 10 of game rankings on the app store than almost anything else. And it's kind of organic traction. It's self-fulfilling. And it's a huge, huge boost when a game gets that. The difference between difference of reach for a game that is out of the top 100 versus top 100 is exponential. The difference in reach between the games who are top 100 and top 10 on the App Store is exponential as well. Like you just get an insane amount of downloads. So that's something that we obviously are highly thinking about. And again, we'll follow the likes of games like Axie who are making strides in that already. What's great is we have a few features that are already in the works that make it very easy and actually might make us more compliant than we were originally, where we have mobile web support already. We can wrap our app into being a mobile app quite easily now that we have this. It's literally just, if you guys are technical, all we have to do is put our React app into an Expo wrapper and then launch it as an app. It's that easy. We've already tested this a bit. So we have mobile support already. Same thing with like web launchers as well. All we have to do is wrap our app in Electron to get in Steam, other things like that as well too, and then we can go there. So it's really just regulation waiting for that.
Okay, I'm just setting things up. Do you want to pull up another question?
Yep. It's easy to have fun here. It's the least stressing game I've ever played. I appreciate that. Okay, this is a great question. I think a lot of players who got in after the play the airdrop and don't own a farm, but play a lot are scared they will be priced out of pets with no pixel allocation. I think you're going to really like our August 14th promotion then, is what I'll say. That's big alpha. But yeah, we have firepower, right? We know we have things that some people want. We know we have users that really want these things. And if we're trying to get more engagement, why don't we make a marriage between those two, right? So that's all I can say with that. But we're thinking about that for sure. Look, you players who are here every day, it means a lot to me, like on a personal level. And I actually really just want to make sure that you guys are happy at the end of the day, that you guys are having a good time, that you feel respected. And like those comments and like those thoughts actually really, really matter to me on a personal level. So we're going to make sure that we do, something for the players who are here every day playing. It's just like, it's the sweetest thing to come and like come into the game, get greeted on a personal level. Everybody says hi, Luke, to me. It's nice, right? And then yeah, it's just like really sweet seeing people like build community, find friends here. It's really, really encouraging. We want to reward the people who have been here. I want all of you to win, And then player W3 has something different to say about the stress comment that Dragon made. But yeah, least stress, try to stay in the top 100 during a Tastemakers event. Yeah, I mean, you guys like a little bit of stress though. Life is all about challenges and overcoming stuff.
Okay, no, I've got an update quickly for Shorelime. So devs have whipped up another map, and I believe it is now multi-world. So if you are currently farming in the original map, finish up what you're doing, head back to Terravilla, and then go through the portal again, and you will be in the new map. If you were completely kicked out of the map, just go to Terravilla Central, go into the portal. It will bring you to the new map. If you want to go to another world, I believe they are multi-world now, so you can refresh the entire game, click a different world as you usually would, and go through the portal to a new map. I believe they just did all of this in like 2 minutes. So
yeah, there's a much more manageable 143 people in here now. So this is better. My game's already running again. I was kicked out also. So Heidi, do we want to just run through, like, what should I do here? If I'm in this game right now, what do I do? Do I finish farming my crops?
Finish farming your crop and then go back to Terravilla and then enter it through the portal again. So then you're in a new map. And
So
it's
I'm gonna go
it's
back
better.
to Terravilla now. And then what about the people who just want to stay there? What do we tell them?
I mean, you can, but if you leave, you can't get back to that map. So just finish up what you're doing and then.
Wow. Wait, so you're telling me all of those crops I left there are now gone?
Yeah.
That's the warning then. You guys got it.
Yeah.
Now it's start over.
It's not perfect, but they did this really quickly. So.
And hey, I have room. I can see all my plants now. This is nice.
Yeah. All right.
And energy here too. All right, great. People figured it out.
Well, the players that are listening to the AMA have the.
Is this the Captain Jack Sparrow from Discord?
Oh yeah, Capped. Yeah, that's him.
I like him.
Yeah.
Oh, also we have comments on the dog.
My dog. Yeah. So like a really long time ago. So I usually actually lock myself in my bedroom and do the AMAs from there because the lighting's really good and it just works really well for me. But as I mentioned at the beginning, they're doing construction on my building right now, right above my bedroom, like directly above it. It is so loud. So I'm like weirdly sitting in a hallway right now. And my dog is here because I usually lock her out because, we want to be semi-professional here, right?
No, actually, I love Ella. I haven't even met Ella.
Ella, touch. Come here. Come up. Come say hi. This is Ella.
Oh.
Yes. But yeah, she's
adorable. All right. On to the next questions. When Bixel?
Okay, this is a meme like in Discord.
I know. I see all of the Twitter tags. Okay, I get they go to my personal account even.
Go to your personal account? Oh wait, you've been spammed on Twitter too? That's so funny.
Yeah. there were some other good questions too. Some not easy ones, which we'll pull up. Okay. Can you please give us the token economics? Yes, we give us a lot. This is something we focus on a lot in the AMAs. So there's two parts of tokenomics, right? I think one of the parts that has been, over indexed on is the supply side of tokenomics, basically thinking about emissions, sell pressure, and all of that. We have that, pretty covered. What's great is, Animoca and their subsidiaries are giving us, pretty strong advisory around all of this, and just people who have been there, done that. And we have pretty good guidance on, emissions, sell pressure, all of that side when you're talking about tokenomics. But I think that's also kind of a moot thing to worry about, and like the wrong thing to think about when you're thinking about tokenomics. That literally doesn't matter at all if there's no demand for the token or no use case for the token. So we go over this a lot in tokenomics, where we focus on the demand side, we focus on what the token does, and we focus on how that's distributed among players. So for us, there's some amount of the token that we get distribute back to the players. And I don't like to call it like earn, but like you can kind of think about it as like the next generation of what a Web3 game can look like when it comes to incentive design, how we plan things out. The dashboard that you guys get your daily login rewards from right now is going to be like a very, very core part to Pixel, and will actually be the only way that you can earn Pixel. You will have to interface with this dashboard and do quests from there. And with that, we basically get prize pools that we can basically smartly allocate to in-game behavior that we want to see. And it still might be things like daily login, but it also might be things like creating UGC. It might be things like sharing Twitter, connecting Twitter, referring friends, all that kind of stuff that grows the ecosystem. So on the distribution side of things, that's what we're thinking about. And in terms of demand, we have a bunch of content ready. Pets is going to be a really large part of the Pixel demand early on, and we'll start to also shift it towards other things that the token can do, things like extra inventory slots, new game mechanics that we want to focus on more as well. What's great is we have a bunch of data to pull from of what you guys actually like spending Berry on, which gives us a really good idea of what to spend Pixel on. So here's one. Happy birthday, player W3. Yeah, happy birthday. Can we just take a second to appreciate player W3, like me and you, Heidi? Because yeah, player W3 has been one of like the most prominent members of like the Pixels community, has actually done so much for the Pixels community. Like player W3 is the person who taught most of you how to play Pixels, not us. He taught you guys how to play Pixels. I think it's nuts when I look at his YouTube channel, like the amount of views he has and some of the stuff. I think he has easily over 100,000 views cumulatively on his YouTube channel of like really, really good, helpful information on how to play Pixels, on how to like build great content. He's made over 57 videos, and it's all Pixels related content. So just such an amazing community member who has done this just because he wants to help other people. So props to him. Happy birthday. And is there anything special going on, or
there might be an event coming up?
There might be an event coming up.
We'll see. We were going to plan something for today, but then obviously Shorelime's kind of grew to something bigger than we had ever imagined, and he's also incredibly busy with some personal stuff. So we decided we're going to hold off.
Birthday in real life.
Something. Yeah.
But yeah, again, check out his YouTube channel if you guys haven't. Like, so much good stuff here. And yeah, very much appreciate him.
Okay, just to reiterate, there's now some portals. If you're in the original map, there are portals there that you can go directly to the multi-world maps from. Highly recommend you migrate over there because it stabilizes everything. But just finish up what you're farming first before you do so, because you will not be able to get back to that map. So that video was so good. Yes, agreed.
You talked to a player the other day who watched it 10 times before buying a farmland. That is nuts.
Amazing. Amazing.
Okay, there were a few other good questions. How was the demo day? Yes, we answered this earlier, but it was great. We won. There were some other really great companies there. Fierce competition, very tough lineup out there, but we managed to pull in the W. We managed to win that demo day competition. So yeah, again, it's all because of you guys, because of your affinity for grinding out crops when we randomly release them. I think that helped a lot. When people see how active and busy Pixels is on days like this, it really is impressive compared to anything else in Web3. And yeah, it's just good that you're having fun, right?
That in the game right now. Like,
Yeah.
finish farming, go through portal.
So, I mean, I'll address this. Someone leaked Binance Smart Chain transaction activity. What's up with that? We've been experimenting with a lot of other things. Essentially, we're looking to, make sure that we are on the most scalable ecosystem, like the most liquid ecosystem. And we're just, essentially testing out a lot of stuff. If you guys were to look on every chain and start scanning, you would probably find us messing around in every chain out there. We're just dipping our toes in the water, trying some things out. So don't read too much into it for right now. But yeah, I guess that says something though, right? We're exploring and experimenting with a bunch of different stuff right now. So yeah, I mean, maybe we should, somebody even found our pets contract on freaking test nets. There's been so many leaks lately, but we gotta test this stuff. There's no way around it. But maybe I shouldn't say it. No, that pets contract that people found, totally made up, totally fabricated. It wasn't our team. Don't look into it.
Okay. Multi-world not working. Okay, I will look into this just to verify. But still, everyone go to the other maps. They're more stable. Shorelime made on other worlds. Yes, that is literally what we have just done. So if you're in the original map, go through the portal to the new map. Just finish your farming first. There you go. Fake pets. Okay, let me test this multi-world.
Player W3 showing some love back.
Okay. Yeah, multi-world is working.
Nice.
Yep. Too. There's like, how many people in here? 16. World 1 had 104-ish. Yeah, World 2 has 16 right now. Let's see what
Pixels has the best devs.
I mean, it was like 90% Tyler, who's not technically a developer, but just a god at this point. I mean, like okay, let's see. I'm in World 4, it's got 21. Yeah, so go to some other worlds if you want more space. Yeah, I personally love being in the crazy maps. Like, I'm going back to World 1. I want to be with 100 people, but I understand some of our grinders.
And some are more claustrophobic users. It's funny. I was in the sauna and someone was like, yeah, I needed a break. So I came to the sauna.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I actually, it's a good thing. Like, I had to go take my dog for a walk this morning because Luke and I are in Pacific time, if you don't know that already. So we've been up since like 5 a.m. for this event. And I had to take my dog out for a walk at some point. So once everything was working, I just went and took myself to the VIP pool and like went outside, touched real grass, right? So yeah, it's a good, got to take a lunch break. Just go head over to the sauna, it's good.
Yeah, I'll probably be taking a power nap later.
Oh, shoot. Good call. Good point. Let me go tell people that.
Live ops, baby. It's all live ops. We'll do it live. It's pretty cool that we can do live ops though, right? We're literally making changes as the game is running, as you guys are all in it. Like, it's good tech. Give us some credit.
Such a throwback to how the game used to be ages ago. I think in one of our first lives, we did something like that. We weren't even on video. Like, we were doing like a Twitter space. Mm-hmm. And we were just, I didn't even have access to that stuff back then. And you were just like doing things live. And yeah. All right. Okay. So when I first went to the new map, no soil or shore limeade stand, but it works fine now. So I guess maybe just like go back and forth a couple times, refresh.
Yeah, Maybe somebody came in like literally manually added that in the meantime.
All right, UGC. Heidi, when are you going to approve my UGC? Okay, so yes, do I manage UGC a little bit, but it's not all on me. There is a big team. And also, yes, things are a little backed up. But as you can see today, Shorelime beach event. Come on, guys. Priorities. But anyways, yes, your things will be looked through soon. Canny, feature requests, all of that. We're going. New map is kind of mess. I can't. You can't. Okay, I assume you can't farm on each soil more than once. That doesn't make any sense. Let me look. Yeah, live ops. Seriously, truly live ops. This AMA has gone by so fast. We're already 50 minutes in, and I'm like,
yeah, it's kind of crazy. Sometimes they drag out. This one did not.
No.
Dang, there's some cool UGC that's in the pipeline.
Yeah, I know. I took
it. Did you see the toilet one?
No, missed that one. We will see it soon. Okay, yeah, this is,
I'll really try to not accidentally approve that one. That one we might want to talk about.
Yes, this map is definitely glitching a little bit. Let me refresh here. It wasn't showing that I watered, but then it still grew.
Yeah, it might be a little laggy.
So, it's a new map. It's a baby. It's learning. Okay, let me water.
Oh, this is interesting. So this is no, we've run bigger stuff on this infrastructure already.
Yeah. But then we'll, after this, we're going to do a little retro meeting and we're going to be like, this is what was great. This is what we need to improve on,
Ooh, yeah, I can't water stuff either. Interesting.
Yeah, but it actually is watering it. It's strange. I say we just give it a few minutes, and then if it's still a problem.
Interesting. Yeah, we've never seen those bugs before. Yeah. This is great. You guys are helping us debug now too.
Yeah, it's strange. Okay.
Okay, well, we'll work on that. We'll make sure it's fixed ASAP. Appreciate the patience with all this. It's been fun so far, though. And it's just like fun hanging out with people, right? Just being in like the same farm. I love watching people like walk up and down the plots, just clicking away.
I know, me too. It's so much fun. And it's so addictive. Like this morning, I think I did around 2,000 shorelimes. And then I had to do other work apparently, so I stopped. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. All right. Do you guys have any other questions?
People are just plugging their farms.
I'm just like already. I'm watering my shorelimes now.
Yeah. Also, yeah, if you're having trouble, yeah, it looks like it's just not visually updating the watering. Also, by the way, guys. But if you're having trouble, go to a different world. I would say that's probably the easiest thing that you can do. World 5 is, well, now everybody's going to go to World 5, but World 5 is probably your best bet.
No, okay, that's actually not true.
No?
You would think so, but a lot of people choose it because they think so. So usually like 4 or 3 are the most dead.
Fair. And now we just screwed the 4 and 3 people up.
So go to 2. And okay. Yeah. Any last questions for this a little chaotic but fun live sesh with you guys? It's duplicating crops. Look, I don't know. Okay. I don't know.
Our servers are struggling a bit. But yeah, we'll address that.
Yeah. And I'll keep the energy going a little bit longer. I should make sure that's available in all worlds. I think it should be. Are you in another world, Luke?
Yeah, I'm in World 5.
Do you have energy?
Yeah, there's energy here.
Wonderful. Okay, cool. So we'll keep that for maybe an extra half hour until 12:30. So whenever the AMA, or 1:30, whenever the AMA usually ends for you, add a half hour, and then that's when the energy heart will go away. But yes, it was 18 hours before, so now it's 17 hours left. I think that's correct. It should be maybe, I don't know, 6 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. Farm away. I earned like 5,000 berry within an hour or something, maybe less, maybe it was I don't remember. A very short period of time. That's the whole point of this event. Like I told you guys, I warned you guys, these are OP, they're overpowered. Go, go, go. It's worth it. But yeah. Awesome. All right. Wait. Did Heidi leak new VIP lounge alterations earlier? Nope. I just suggested there's maybe possibly something happening. I don't know. Can't say anything more than that. Thanks for the fun event. It's impressive. Any issues get stomped on so fast. We do our best. We do our best. We do our best. And once again, this user here is what an angel. Thank you so much. You create such amazing positivity in the community, and we really appreciate it. So
yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, well, let's call it there. And we will see you guys next week.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, guys.